Hey everybody, DayTraderRockStar here with a market update. I want to do an individual chart on PayPal, which is our best bet going into this week. I put out the HPS watch list last week, or actually yesterday for this week coming up here. Happy Memorial Day and everything. And one of the best bets was PayPal. And we talked about it a lot this morning. We just were waiting on it. And the reason we like PayPal is I want to show you right now. No, this is not this is PayPal. I'm going to fix the charts the next time. It'll be a little bit better. But you see our stochastic oscillator down here. Bear with me while again, I'm not used to using the platform as much as I should, but we will fix some of the things here. All right, so you actually see that low, stochastic low. You actually got a little bounce, and then you made a new low on the market here. New low on the market. That's the Rockbot. If you happen to hear that in the background, that's one of our trading bots here, DayTraderRadio.com. I didn't even introduce myself in case you get this and you're not part of the site. DayTraderRadio.com, broadcasting live every day from 7:30 to 4, and that's actually Tuesday after hours right now, 7:16. It's such a good setup. I wanted to bring it out and make an alert for you. A lot of people ask me, are in this with me and we're wondering where our first target is. Well, I mean, we got through 62 today. It was a big reversal. Our entry was, pat myself on the back here. We did have a nice pullback. I think let's see what time I got in here. PayPal, we bought it. First buy was, let me see what I have here. First buy was at 11:41. So that was right around here. That was our buy. Not bad, not perfect, but you know what? I did what I wanted to do today to get in it. 11:41. Let's mark this off right here. That was kind of our setup right here. Starting to see a little rotation here. We had everything on our side here, and we actually had a nice reversal. Took out the highs and stuff. Let's go back to that daily chart. The daily chart here is really key here, and that's the divergence, big divergence. We talk about them all the time. If you find one, you hold on, because this is the type of move you're going to get. Here's a beautiful divergence over here. This was actually kind of a double bottom divergence there. Let me get rid of that candle. Over that. Let me fix this a little. Why is that thing extended on me? Oh, let's see what this info line does. All right, well, the double bottom back here, you can see that, and then of course you could probably see this down here too. And this angle, it's a good thing we had this angle. You could see it's a pretty steep angle. We're going to talk more about the angles, but that was a great divergence. And these things don't happen all the time, especially looking at on their daily chart. Very rarely do you have a nice divergence. And to learn more about divergence, I would just head over to Day Trading Radio. I'm not going to go into divergences right now, but it is something we will. And I'm looking at SoFi here, taking out 6 here. Let me get back over on this chart. So you see what I'm looking for. So our first target again on these setups. We always got to look at that 20-period moving average. Now, this interesting thing. This is the PayPal, and PayPal has just been murdered. I mean, this thing has really gotten hit, and it actually gapped down here on earnings. And we came into play, and there was actually some trying to turn up here on this candle. And we failed, and we went lower. This is what we'd like to see. A pop, and then a quick drop, and that's the divergence. This looks so good. I had to put it out of, had to go out on its own little chart here. Our first target is going to be 64.50, but I think we get through that. I don't have the 50 on here, but the 50-period moving average would be our second target. And then we have a gap up here, which will be our third target. I think the 50 is good. The possibility of this getting to 70 is there. and that would be our final target up around 70. We'll call it this line up here, this gap close, gap resistance here. Resistance is when you come up to a gap or you come down to a gap area. That would be gap support. All right. So you can see that's where we're going to be looking for. Follow through tomorrow. The volume on today. I wish I could show you some other charts here. I have to set these charts up good. I use all kinds of charts here. But right now, I don't know if you could actually see this, but we have SoFi here running. Take my word for it. It's at 617 right now. I want to be able to show you my my platform right here, but I had to set up the streamer for another setup, another type of thing here. But we're not going to worry about that right now. PYPL. I'll get the. I just want to get this done here and to kind of record this out and get our alerts out on this. Again, so our entries here, reversal, everything looks good. First target. We'll put a couple lines in here. 20 period moving average. What I typically do is put that square right here. So we're going to use this as our first target. I think we're going to get through there. So I'm actually going to raise this target all the way up to this level. So whenever we have that box, and all these HPS setups are based off of the setups that we look for. I'll give you an example. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that on here. But all right, so let's just get this out. We're in here. Our target is, and again, this is kind of an interesting setup. I want to put a call out here. Profit zone. We're going to call it 6350. We'll call it 69. All right. Oh, come on, get out of this. I put this stupid app on my thing, and now it's all over the place. I want to get it off. Anyway, all right, that's our profit zone right there. Our buy zone, you should be in today with the alerts. So that's the best I could do on that. I would definitely say you're taking advantage on the pullback. I think this divergence is going to work out good unless we have some really bad news in the market. I'm taking, you can see that divergence pretty good here. There we go. That's a little bit better. Stops on these, whenever you have a divergence, you put your stop in at the previous low. The divergent, we'll call it the divergence low. Here's your divergence. So right under, tick under that, I mean, that's probably your stop right there. So you get a good risk reward. You got the momentum shift, you got your targets, you have the 20, 50 period moving average, the gap, a lot of upside. This thing has been damaged. So I love it. Best bet going into the rest of the week. Big divergence. Got to be long here. We're going to send this on its way. I want to just put this in the HPS zone here. Now I think you could maybe see this here. This is, we're going to my DayTraderRockStar my page here on this, and let's see if I can find my profile. There we go. Let's see if we can find some of these now. I have about 170 stocks that we follow here. You can see some of these. Like, this is exactly what we put out here. We'll give you a trade plan for each of the setups here that make it to the HPS. And to make it onto this list, it has to fall under the strict criteria of an HPS setup. It has to have one of the 5 or at least 3 of the 5 indicators setting up. And it has to be a quality name. It has to have the stochastic setup. I mean, it's a very strict criteria. So when we do get it set up here, we tend to see some moves on this. As you can see, this already hit its target. Pending, look for a divergence on the lower level. If it broke down here, but my guess was it going to push higher and hit this. But if you ever came back down here, you always watch for those divergences. So the profit zone was just to hit probably this morning. It was. I'll just kind of go through some other ones. Harley Davidson. Currently looking at maybe just a little pullback on this, and we're almost there. And that might trigger if we pull back just a little bit further. We're looking also for divergences in these, meaning we had the first low, had a little bounce, and we're looking for that to come down quickly and hold up pretty good on the stochastic rotation, giving us a pure divergence. So again, these are all set up in our HPS site, and as a member of Day Trading Radio, you get the alerts once these triggers are hit, and all these stocks are on there. I mean, we've had some great setups. Some of them are still active, like the PAYX here, very active on this. It hasn't really done much yet. We're still just chopping around. We're holding that trend line. I'm very curious to see if this candle today is a reversal candle and we could start moving back up. We didn't get to our target yet. We keep on trying to get up there and up there, but we haven't gotten there. Like I said, I think if we could actually get going again, hold this trend line from the top, this level, this level, this level, we could start to hold this. Start moving back up. I think the bottom is in on this. That is the PAYX. PAYX. All right. There's a couple that we have taken and we're waiting to get back in. Sherman-Williams is one of those. You can see it actually pushed right up into our target. Now it's pulled back. It's come back into that zone. These are getting very close to getting back in. Maybe if you're out there, you can help me. If you're using the trading view, why doesn't my trading view update my stochastics? I always wanted to know that. It seems like right when I send this out and I publish it, the stochastics, the price updates when I click on the arrow for the price to update, but the stochastics don't update, so I don't really know where they are at this point. That's why I always have to refer to my other chart. Riley, again, all these, they all have something very similar. They have the trend line. This was a coil stochastic channel breakout. Boom, right to our target. Came right back to our entry again. Boom, right back up to our target. Really took off, pulled back till we got back in. I'm still holding now and looking for that push up to the trend line. So a couple that we're still looking at. I'll put one more up there. I don't have an alert on it yet. I might make the alert today. Intuitive Surgical, the gap down here, not the gap, the breakdown here and the push back up looks fantastic. This is a Rockstar stock. It's going to climb back up to the highs and take those highs out. Just a matter of time. I think this was probably your last last opportunity to get in here. That little dip down here held to 20, gave us a fast rotation, a V-type Nike checkmark type of reversal. When you have that Nike checkmark pop here, and this was a great divergence back here. Look at that divergence right back here. That was a great divergence. So that's that on that. Now I will. I'm going to stop the testing out the trading view, but I'll keep the recording going on for us here at Day Trading Radio, as I'm recording this twice. So let me cancel this out here, and hopefully this was my first test here. If you got anything out of this, please email me or let me know through this platform. That would be great. I appreciate it. I have a trade on here, and I'm just going to take it off.
Order canceled.
I should have took it off before here.
Order filled.
Good morning and afternoon, everyone. Oh, I'm working on some charting here. All right, as you can see, SoFi on the move here, 618, looking pretty good here after hours. This is climbing up here. Last night we talked about SoFi as one of our stocks to watch because of the debt ceiling agreement, and and the the pause on student loans will be taken off, and this will help a lot of these loaners and stuff. So this is this was a key trade today, and actually you can see it took off. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at where we opened up here. We kind of opened up a little higher, then pulled back to about 570. Then it was actually it's up 617. It's not a tremendous move, but it was a directional move, and it was showing strength all day. Look at me. I just took off my trade, and look at that. It just popped here. It just popped. So that's the Rockstar effect. It works day and night. Day and night. It's a good song here. Kid Cudi does day and night. SoFi here looking very good here. Again, our target was 650 tomorrow, but looks like we might get there today. 622 here, coming up on about 15 minutes to go. But I wanted to just touch base here on this. Just looking at that 5-minute divergence today, it was such a good day for the Rockbot on the 5-minute time frame. It just had perfect setups. Big moves, everything was really, really good. So I'm looking at that right here, and I want to, kind of put another rule out there. Even though these things, they have, it's tuned in here good, but it doesn't mean it can't. When you get an aggressive sell, you might get divergences, and it might not get to your target. So it all depends on your parameters. Right now, the parameters are set on this to take profits, buy side after 2 points, the first profits, and then 4 points too. So we double up. So 2 points, 8 ticks, and then 16 ticks or 4 points. And we have a trailing stop coming after the first target. Now, if I were to run let's run a back test on this just to kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Strategy analyzer. Yeah, no, I'm watching the SoFi. I've been watching it here since it started moving up here early in the after hours here, and I think it gets to 650 probably. We have a good 15 minutes to go here, so we're going to look at the. I want to put the. Look at all these scripts I'm working on. 23 buy here. I'm going to put that in here. I got the 8. I got the 16 here. We're going to put the 8 here and the 8 here as a trailing stop, and everything else we'll keep as the same. We're going to use the MES. Actually, use the ES too. Let's use the ES here for a second just to kind of give us different. And we're going to use the 5-minute time frame. And what I'm going to do here is just kind of look at today, and what I want to show you here. I think we got it here. Let's take a look at this. Let's run this today. We're going to run it today. I hit it. Didn't anything come up? Nothing came up.
Tradometer YM overbought.
Let's take a look. ES. Oh, I have the probably have it on the wrong one. Yeah, I have it on. All right, so let's I haven't run it on the ES here in a while, so it's running the 5 minute on the. Wow. All right, that's running the 5 minute script today. 74% profitable. Number of trades, 31 in 24-hour period on the 5 minute time frame. 23 winning trades, 8 losing trades. Look at the profit here, $2,400. Now, what I'm trying to say is that even this percentage could go up because some of the trades, because we have such a, you're looking at 8 ticks for your first profit. If our success or the amount of trades profitable, which is 31, if I drop that down to 6, we'll probably see that move up again a little. But it's going to change other things too. But I'm just curious to see what it does if we move it down to 6. It was 2,400. Now it's 1,900, 74%. And let's move it to 4 now. 74%. 75%, 32. Not much difference. Not much difference. So we got 8. If we move our second target to like say 24, maybe catches something big here. Let's see what happens there. Still around that 2,300, 2,400 level. 28 trades, 70, 74. I like the 74. I think this thing was tuned in right. It's tuned in really good at 16 and 8 and 16 on the ES. That's 5 contracts. 74%. Now, Alan, yeah, I think we could do that. I think it's on the bottom here, right? U.S. equities, real time. I mean, we're going to definitely drop off on trades. Only 9 trades, 100%. I mean, there you go. Yeah, that overnight trade, that's the killer, right? I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. Nice call on that. But it is, it's a tool that could work great in the right conditions if you know the right conditions. But if you understand that the conditions are bad on a long side, that's the key. So now this is where I want to come in and kind of give you a little tip here. Even if we do get those signals on the thing, let's take a look at the ones that maybe broke down. Like, it's not many of them, but pop there. We had a divergence long here, took profits, and then a trailing stop. But right here, let's say this one kind of got a little pop and then rolled over. So we had one that failed here with that gap down. And now, not everyone's going to give us the signal I'm looking for, but what I'm looking for is that, the rotation. We got that rotation on that 9-3, and this is on the 5 minute time frame. If you get a fast rotation and you're not getting your target, I'm trying to find an example of that. Could be something like this. You get your signal and it gets overbought quickly. It gets up to that 80 line and you're holding underneath you're holding inside the trend. Trend is down. You can see the moving averages are both down. You have the 50 holding us back. You have the 20 holding us back. Again, this is kind of pre-market. We see that selling coming in, and you're seeing this rotation. You get the alert, and you're saying, "All right, well, gotta take the alert, right?" You'll see a divergence. First of all, you'll see you'll see a visual divergence. If you see a good one, you might say, "All right, I'll take this," and you probably had a little profit on this at one point, and then started to turn over. But as we got overbought, that was your key indicator right there. It's like, all right, every time you get into an overbought level and you take it off, you're probably going to be safe in the downward trend. Had a little pop here. This was actually a nice divergence to the sell side here because you notice it It did pop up here and then pull back a little and pop to the highs and then reversed. That pop to the highs here kind of turned back down on that. Now this is again after hours, and I'm not saying we're going to be here after hours, but it's also great to run this after hours. You know, if you're sitting around and you're just watching it, that's fine. But I think this is where, you know, there will be times when the market gets into a kind of a funk and it gets really choppy, and it tends to be overnight. Here it is, 2100, 2200, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. You start getting these signals, and it's just not giving us the volatility. It's not giving us any follow through. It's very choppy sideways. Look at it, one choppy's, look at this, all sideways here. But again, there'll be other times where you might actually have an overnight trade that's perfect. Well, that's 8:30 in the morning. That's a perfect one. And again, how do you capture this whole move? You know, the parameters are going to keep you out of it because you're going to get a nice pop, and then it's going to pull back, and then it's going to take you out and continue. Unless you have really wide, you know, real wide parameters, and you could probably capture all that. Question is there possible to make a button under the chart trader to enable disable strategies? I mean, I know you could disable it here. I mean, this is where I would enable it and disable it up on the top. I don't know if I could do that or not. I just talked to Paul. We're gonna launch the section on the Rockbot core code section. He's working on it right now. I sent him the scripts. He's going to upload some of the scripts, and we're going to have some people. If you can make some improvements, we're going to try to get people, you know, try to get the best suggestions on here and try to implement them. Today I was working on, you know, transferring the script over to the Trading View platform too, because that had been asked multiple times. The short, all right, let me take a look at the short here. Let's go back out to just understanding the quad, how good the quad is here. And I like to zoom way out here. So here's your 7 o'clock. You see the stochastics are down once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Possibly, this was a possible 6 times right here. If you wanted to go there, you probably could have. It was very close to it. It actually was a divergence. No, it wasn't. And then you had one just about right there also. Kind of a little quad there. And then where are we at right now? This is where we are right now. Market's actually kind of grinding higher. That was close, borderline, but it is what it is. That was a good one here. Big move here. This was a pretty decent move right here. Big pop. Again, none of these are supposed to be, you know, especially going into the last hour or actually the latter part of the day. Trend is down. You're getting these quad rotations. You're going to get a bigger move than the 1 minute divergence, but you're going to also still want to take them off. You're not expecting a miracle here. 804 now. Then you had one here, and that was a pretty decent move up. And then take a look at these, just eyeball them. 4,200. So 10 points, maybe 8 there. Definitely 10 to 20 points there. Not that you're going to catch them all. Here was another one, a good one right here. A nice move up. Right here. And then we go out further overnight here. Look at this. Right about here. Again, this we have to wait for this one to get down. This one's down, this one's down, and this one's down right here. Maybe it chopped around here on that candle, but overall it was a good one. Rotation back up. Even here you had a little bounce. 2 or 3 candles you should be out. Again, if you're looking, this is on the 1 minute time frame. Nice rotation here, rotation, rotation, rotation. Very, again, you have to really zoom out here. Nice move. Here, look at this rotate. This was a real clean one. Well, a divergence. It's a divergence there. There, boom, boom, boom. And then boom. And then, wow, look at this. Nice clean one here. Oversold. Oversold. This one barely got down there, but the turn back up was just key here. And that's European Open right now. That's European Open. And we had a quad rotation going into that. So even the overnight, if you're just going to do something like this, that's something to pay attention to. The overnight trade. Because all you have to, we just have to just hang out, have a good time, and wait for the quad rotations and the divergence. Alright, enough of that. We're going to improve that quad rotation too. Alright, let me send this out here and get ready to do some little research for tomorrow. Oh, don't forget, one more day left here in the lifetime sale. If you want to get that Rockbot code and get it used and be part of the whole forum and stuff, we're going to be adding a lot more things to it. We're building out the site right now. It's a great time to get it. Great time to get it.